I think we're good. Alright. There we go. Problem solved. Everything's up and running. Hi, welcome. It is Bedtime Stories with Mando Mom. I am your host, Mando Mom. We are starting a brand new book tonight. It is the Mall Lockdown book, which is super exciting because they got the Mall TV show coming out in April, which is also super exciting. Yeah, I'm super excited for. I'm really excited for the Mall show. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna move TikTok because I am on everything at once. So I got like if you see my eyes moving back and forth, because I got two apps over here and I got one app over here, and it's very confusing. So, but yeah, everything is up and running. Purple app, play button app, the clock app. We're all here. So yay. But we're starting our new book, Mall Lockdown. For those of you that are on the TikTok stream, you guys know how it works. I will read 2 chapters, unless I hit my live goal. Then I will read 4 chapters. I don't know how that would work for you to the tubes or the purple app. I don't know. I don't know how that would work. I gotta come up with some kind of way to like. I know the purple app has some things that we could use, but I don't know how we could do anything for the tube. So anyway, we can jump right in. I'm gonna take hang on. I made myself some hot chocolate. So much fun, especially when you're deep in episode 1 books. I love The Phantom Menace. That is my favorite Star Wars movie, so this will be super exciting. And if you guys are totally new here, hi, I'm Mando Mom. I read Star Wars books on the internet. We have been over the last 2 years. This is our 3rd year? 2nd year. Oh, when did I start doing this? I think I started doing this in 2023. I think I started reading Star Wars books on the internet in 2023. We started with Darth Plagueis. So we've been doing the Legends timeline, but we take breaks from the Legends timeline from time to time. So we started with Darth Plagueis, which is kind of like, it's quote unquote the start of the Skywalker saga, even though it is technically not canon anymore since Disney took it over. It still had, because we don't really have a lot of information like pre-Phantom Menace, it's still a really great book to read, because it does kind of give you like an insight on Palpatine and like how Palpatine rose to power and all the like things pulling the strings behind the scenes. Hi Assad! Everything is going pretty good. I am bracing for winter weather, which will be here. And don't pay attention. You guys can't see on the tube or the purple app. You guys can't see that I am wearing not matching pajama pants, but you guys can. Don't laugh at my pajama pants. They don't match my shirt. So I'm bracing for winter weather that is going to be hitting the south. Eek. Which is scary. Oh, that is hot. I don't know what happened with my hot chocolate has developed some kind of skin. Anyway, so we've been reading through the Legends timeline, although we do take a couple of breaks, as you guys, again, Tube and Purple Up can't see, but I have my bookshelf up here of some of my Star Wars books. Obviously not my complete Star Wars library, because that is also on my bookshelf in my bedroom. But we started with Darth Plagueis. We read The Cloak of Deception, which is the most boring Star Wars book ever written. We read Maul Shadowhunter. But we've taken a few breaks from the Legends timeline to read things like Rise and Fall of the Galactic Empire. We read Rise of the Red Blade, which was really, really cool. The last book we finished before Death Troopers was The Living Force, which is by John Jackson Miller, which I cannot reach. Which was the Jedi Count. It took place before episode 1, and it concerns the Jedi Council. That book is really cool. If you don't already have it, definitely go and get it. You're still leaking out from your snowstorm from last week. Oh no! Yeah. So, by the way, if you are on the Clock app and you are like, oh my gosh, ever since, evil Tony Stark took it over, things have been weird. I would like to make a suggestion, and if you guys are going, why do you call him evil Tony Stark? Well, because he is evil Tony Stark, and also he was in the Iron Man movies. He's in the first one. It's either the first one or the second one or both. I can't remember because it's been a while since I've seen him. But he is in them, and for a very long time, there were Iron Man suits in the headquarters of Oracle, their lobby. Like Disney gifted him one. So like, Larry Ellison is just evil Tony Stark. Just as a side note. That's what I've been calling him. He's evil Tony Stark. So, yeah. Anyway, if you guys are like, oh my gosh, this app has been so weird since it was taken over by evil Tony Stark. He's Doctor Doom. He is Doctor Doom. Oh, you're right. He is kind of Doctor Doom now, since Tony Stark is now Doctor Doom. Oops. Anyway, so if you guys are like, oh, it's weird, here's a suggestion I will make, because I have not noticed. I mean, things have been laggy, but that's because I have an American account. But to fix your FYP, might I suggest that you get a VPN. Now, it won't be tonight, it'll probably be tomorrow. I will be putting a link up in my bio for anybody that's interested to get a discount on NordVPN. You can get NordVPN. I set mine to Canada, which for the most part, it's fine. My podcast, whenever I'm on podcasts, on Apple Podcasts, and I get an ad, it's usually for something in Canada. Like Play Alberta. I get a lot of Play Alberta ads. Or something, I forget what the other thing is in Canada. There's like, I get a bunch of Canadian ads. So just as a side note, it will make, and I do have to, I have to pause my VPN every time I need to go and do something on my phone for the kids' school. Because the kids' school app will not let me in with a foreign IP address. Which I guess is good. It's obnoxious, but I know it keeps my kids safe, my kids' school information safe. So, if you guys are like, oh, the app is weird, might I suggest, I'm gonna put up a video tomorrow about this, but look into getting a VPN. Now, if you use the LANK and my BIO that I'm gonna put up tomorrow, just as a side note, it will get you a free month, or 3 months, depending on which plan you choose. 1 month if you choose like a month-to-month thing with Nord, or if you choose a year, it'll get you 3 months free. Just as a side note. So yeah, that would be. I started using a VPN because North Carolina has started blocking websites like AO3 and stuff like that. Like anything that they think is not appropriate is blocked in North Carolina and can be also blocked in Virginia, which I'm so close to the border with Virginia, I can sometimes switch between cell phone towers between Virginia and North Carolina, depending on where I'm at. And both states have blocked like random websites and stuff like that. So I use a VPN. So anyway, if you wait until tomorrow, I'm gonna post a video about it, and it'll get you a discount code for NordVPN, which is the one that I've been using for, I don't know, 2-3 years. It's been a while. I've been using NordVPN for a long time. Did I figure out the Overture filament thing? It wasn't Overture that's the... Is it Overture? No, it is Overture that's the problem. I'm still having problems with it sticking to my bamboo bed. Yeah. I'm still having a sticking problem. I was also having a problem with the filament coming off the spools, because my AMS does not like cardboard spools, particularly Overture ones. So I bought reusable spools from Overture that fit perfectly on my AMS, and so now I'm not having as many problems. Yeah, I do wash it with soapy water, or I use alcohol wipes in between each print, and that still was not helping. So the only other thing I'm down to is getting like a new build plate for my printer, but that's about it. So So aside, you asked how much snow I got. We did not get a lot of snow. We didn't get any. We got like, no, I don't use glue sticks. I'm too afraid to use glue sticks on a crit book. And so for snow, we got like, I don't know, we got a dusting last week, and then it rained, and so it was gone. Like because I was up so late, I got to see the dusting, and then it was gone by the next morning. There was no snow. But tomorrow morning, starting sometime between now and 9 a.m. tomorrow, it is supposed to start snowing here. And the last I checked, we are gonna get between 6 and 12 inches, which doesn't seem like a lot if you're from a state that gets a lot of snow. Personally, as someone who grew up in Pennsylvania, 12 inches, not a lot of snow, but for the South, it is going to shut everything down. Hi, Arky! Welcome! Oh! I need to send you a picture. Tiny Mando built me a flower today, because I have all my botanical sets and stuff like that. She was in her room and took a bunch of pieces and built me a flower. She built me a flower out of her Legos. So yeah, thank you. We are hoping. I'm just more concerned that we lose power, and I don't want to lose power. Because houses in northern climates are designed to keep heat in, and stay very warm in very cold times. Houses in the south are designed to get heat out as quickly as possible, and so houses down here are designed for breeziness and not keeping things cozy. So it's gonna get cold. It's gonna get very cold very quickly. The chickens are, however, inside. They're in my garage. Cause it's been too cold to the point of where I don't have a way to put heat really easily in my chicken coop, so I brought them in my garage. In Arizona, we get. No, I guess it's Utah. There's parts of Utah that get like decent amounts of snow, but I guess Arizona does not get snow. So, anyway, are we ready to read? Starting a brand new book. It's super exciting. Ah! Flagstaff? Wait, Flagstaff! I know that one. That's where the Sister Wives people live. The fairy from Missouri is here? Ah. Oh, the family from Missouri. Oh, yay. It's good to have family come and visit. Was it just for funsies, or was there like a reason? Oh, okay. Now I remember. Sorry, scatterbrain. And I would like to say, for anybody in the South, I am personally sorry. It is my fault that it is going to snow in the South, because hell has indeed frozen over. I got my performance evaluation today, and my boss gave me an exceeds expectations, which I was not expecting, because I feel like my boss hates me most days, and so when she was nice to me, I was confused. So, yay. I mean, we had a call, so they're not giving us our bonuses this year. Kind of could see that coming, but... You just reminded me, Arky, I reached out to an immigration lawyer in Germany, so I need to follow up with them. I'm trying to see if I can get my... It's basically birthright citizenship through my grandfather, so we'll see. We're working on it. I know, but Mando Dad is he'll fight me less on Germany than Japan. I don't know why. And Well, I mean, but for that reason, Arky, it doesn't matter. Like, there's availability in both Germany and Japan. For that. But, I don't know. He's just more comfortable with Germany than Japan. Plus, for me, it's not just, I wouldn't just be a resident. I wouldn't have permanent residence. I would get dual citizenship. To disappoint Tiny Dragon. Okay, so, I'm not gonna lie, I did also apply for my passport, and, can we go to Poke Park? I've been watching the videos for Poke Park! They make me so excited! Ah! If you guys are a Pokemon fan and you have not seen the videos coming out of the Pokemon Park that they just opened in Japan, go watch them, they are so cute! I watched a video of, like, a guy going to the Poke Center, and, they put the Pokeballs on the thing, and then it went, doo, 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 and I squealed. I was just like, it made the noise! I did that. I did exactly that, but me to my phone by myself in a room. I am 37. Like, what is Yu-Gi-Oh? Ooh. A Yu-Gi-Oh set design contest. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I watched a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh, not a lot. I was not really allowed to watch that one. I wasn't really allowed to watch Pokemon or Digimon, because they were of the devil. Couldn't watch Pokemon, because don't you know, it's pocket monsters. Anyway, so let's get to reading, because we have reading to do. Chapter 1 of Mall Lockdown. I keep wanting to say Shadowhunter, and that's not right. So if you guys don't remember, last we saw Maul, he had failed on his mission for Palpatine. Yeah, he had failed his mission for Palpatine. Ooh, I'm so jealous, Arky! Your Nintendo Land is so much better than California's. California's Nintendo Land was awful. Like, it was cool. Like, it looked really cool and the rides are really cool, but it was so jam-packed. I did not like that. It was too many people. Also, everybody, send your good vibes or prayers or whatever it is that you do, because Mando Dad has applied for a promotion, and I'm really hoping he gets it, because he has said if he gets the promotion, I might get a Disney annual pass. He said maybe, but I'm gonna just make him do it. I shouldn't do that. Giving me an annual pass would be like the worst thing ever. So, I would be such an obnoxious Disney adult. Actually, that's not true. Because then I would be there probably at least once every 2 to 3 months. Living my best life. I'd probably get sick of it. I think he wants to give me an annual pass just to, like, make me sick of going to Disney World, which will never happen. Anyway. Also, I discovered from this book that James Luceno, who wrote Plagueis, also wrote a Tarkin novel, which I want to read. I know, but I'm not a Club 33 member. When I come and visit you, you gotta just let me go inside the door. I promise I will behave. Just let me go inside the door for like 5 seconds so that I can just pretend that I am that cool. I would die. Oh my gosh, I would die. I would die. It's about as exciting as meeting Hayden Christensen for me, is going to Club 33. You have no idea, Arky. You have no idea how I would behave. And Random Acts of Frank also has Club 33 membership too. You guys are like dangling from, like, come visit, I'll take you to Club 33, and then you guys are gonna, like, I don't know. I have this, like, thought that, like, it's just, that, you know, the whole, like, if you put on the side of a white van, free puppies and candy that you can get a kid in the van, like, that's how you get me into the van, is Club 33 Day. There we go. I'm in the van. You got me. You were able to kidnap me. Congratulations. That's all it took. Very easy to kidnap. Actually, I say that. I say that I'm very easy to kidnap, but I stopped, when I was a teenager, I stopped my friend and I from being kidnapped because I was so self-aware. I will start with this by saying, when I was a kid, my grandma made me sit down and watch an episode of Oprah, of how to keep your kid safe, right? It was a whole episode, it was probably like in like 1997, about keeping your kids safe. And my grandma made me watch it, and I did. And I remember the one part was about, like, how to make sure your kid doesn't get kidnapped. And it was all about, like, bad guys will try and, like, say, oh, I've got a puppy in the car, or will you help me find my lost dog, or all of those things. And I remember, you know, I was 7, 8 maybe at the time. Well, several years later, my friend Krista and I got off the bus, and we were, like, standing at the bottom of the hill that went up to her house and the top of the hill that went down to mine. And I'm sitting there, and we're just having, like, a little, you know, confabulation, because we're teenage girls, and my parents weren't home, and her parents weren't home, so who's going to tell us what to do? So we were sitting there, and we're talking, and this random SUV pulls up. And he's like, hey, have you girls seen my lost dog? And we were like, oh, no, sorry. No lost dog. And he goes, oh, okay. Thanks. And then he kind of, like, goes around and drives back around, and we go back to our little hee-hee-hee conversation, blah, blah, blah. And he comes back around, and, because he basically, like, turned on the next road, turned back down our street. And he goes, hey, so I still haven't found my dog. Do you want to get in my car and help me find my dog? And, like, at first my brain was like, yes, let's be helpful. And then my second part of my brain went, remember the Oprah episode. Grandma would be so disappointed in you if you got in that car. And so I was like, oh, no, I don't think so. But my friend was about to, like, jump in this dude's car to be like, hey, let's go. We're going to go find his puppy. I was like, hey, Krista, yo, no. I was like, if we see your dog and you come back around, we'll point you in the direction, but no, bro, we're not going to get in your car. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he left, and he did not, like, I did not see the car again. Like, he didn't come back around or anything like that. But my friend Krista was like, why couldn't we give him the dude's car and help him? I was like, Krista, do you want to be kidnapped? Like, that's how they kidnap people. He's like, get in, puppy. Yeah. So it was she's like, oh, I didn't even think of that. I was like, yeah. Thank you, Oprah, for making sure that my friend and I did not get kidnapped. Okay. We're gonna read. I promise. We're gonna read. I promise. We're reading now. Stop. You guys distract me. Okay. Chapter 1. Cog Hive 7. Wham! The first punch came at Maul sideways, spinning his upper body around with the sheer force of the impact and driving him back a half step before he fully recovered his equilibrium. Somewhere under his feet, the allied plates of the cell's floor seemed to shiver and quake, threatening to give way. He spat out a tooth and wiped away blood. The creature in front of him was a walking trophy case of previous kills. 2.5 meters high, its massive shoulders and upper torso encased in jagged plates of primitive armor that had clearly once served as the jawbone and carapace of a much larger predator. It seemed to occupy an entire corner of the prison cell. Maul stared at the thing. The gray slope of its face was a surgeon's nightmare. Of ritualistic scars, organic rings, loops and fibrous hooks with a bluish sacs of pulsating beneath its eyes, all of it siphoning down and inward toward a gaping, razor-toothed mouth. Even its arms seemed to have been plucked from two different organisms. The right hand was a blunt-knuckled fist, the left an elongated spider-fingered claw. Together they formed a mallet and a blade, one made for pounding, the other for slashing. It was the right that had come careening out of nowhere, just seconds before slamming Maul backward and knocking out one of his teeth. The thing reached down and picked up at Maul's incisor from the floor of the cell. Straightening up, it shoved the tooth into an empty space in its own mouth. Ugh. Twisting until it lodged it in place. Ah, that's worse. Ah. Ah. Then it grinned at Maul as if asking how he liked the sight of one of his teeth in his mouth. Another trophy for its collection. Maul gazed back at it. And then the rage came. And the rage was good. The uniform they'd given him was a standard orange jumpsuit, whose heavy fabric cut off movement in most directions. Maul heard its seams ripping as he sprang at his opponent, closing the half-meter gap between them in less than a second. The thing responded exactly as he'd hoped, lunging up eagerly to meet his advance. His mismatched arms pinwheeled wildly before it, swinging and clawing through the stale gray air of the cell, its voice screeching at him in a guttural, choking language he'd never heard before. Let those be your dying words, Maul thought. Right here, today. Close enough now that he could smell the corpse stinking pouring off of it like rotten meat. He fell into a reflexive series of moves. Both hands shot out and grabbed the creature by its throat, hoisting it up over his head and squeezing until he felt the deep tendons of its neck beginning to give and weaken in his grip. There was a wet, muffled click from somewhere inside the thing's chest, and a sudden glut of warm, thick, sticky fluid began spurting up from its throat. Blood. Jet black. Hi, tiny dragon! The sight of it gave Maul no satisfaction, only the vaguely annoying realization that it never should have taken him this long to turn the battle to his advantage. Still, ending his opponent's life quickly would restore a certain necessary balance to the encounter. If not honor, at least vindication. He tightened his grip, and the screaming got louder, becoming a broken, bird-like squawk. More blood leapt up, inky black and viscous, and started pouring from its mouth and eye sockets. Enough. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. I didn't know this book was violent. I did not know that. I mean, it's a Maul book, but the other one wasn't as violent. Was Death Troopers yeah, Death Troopers is as violent, too. So if there's Star Wars books that are this violent, are there Star Wars books that are also... Never mind. There's children listening to my stream at the moment. Never mind. Executing a perfectly balanced spin, Maul swung the creature around and slammed it to the floor with a sharp clang, connecting hard enough that he felt the steel plates reverberate under his feet. The thing's head drooped on its broken neck, lolling sideways to expose the throbbing vessels beneath its gray flesh. Only now did Maul allow himself to exhale. As anticipated, he needed his lightsaber staff or the Force to dispatch this waste of flesh. Not that either was really an option. Staring down at the thing's face, he raised his foot and planted his heel in the exposed throat, ready to pulverize the trachea or whatever the thing used for an airway with one decisive stomp. For an instant, he met its sagging, inarticulate eyes. Now, he instructed the thing, which seemed to be realizing that it was destined to finish out the final pathetic seconds of its life here in this nameless obscurity. Die. All at once, with blinding speed, the creature yanked loose and burst upright, reaching behind its back to produce what appeared to be a long bow staff. As the staff blurred toward him, Maul realized that the weapons, which he'd first taken to be a piece of wood, or some kind of biomechanical hybrid, was actually a living organism. A serpent whose head lashed out at lightning velocity, latching onto his face, lashing at his eyes. Maul recoiled, but it was too late. With a jolt, his vision was gone, burying him in instant darkness. This was the second time in as many seconds that the thing had caught him off guard. And now he knew why. The creature was somehow cut off from the Force, utterly detached from the deep field of heightened sensitivity from which he was constantly drawing information about his surroundings. The intuitive sensory abilities that he took for granted in any normal battle were simply not there. An acidic heaviness took hold of his optic nerves like a slow drip, seeping in, sinking deep, and he realized that he could already feel the poison taking control, spreading out in concentric layers of numbness through the muscle and tissue of his face. Now the thing's shrieking laughter was everywhere. Willful. Triumphant. I froze? Am I still frozen? Am I still... Uh-oh. Did I say too many words? Did I say too many bad words? Did it not, like... It's a book. Let me take it off Wi-Fi. How's that? Did I come back? Am I still there? Am I not? Am I still frozen? I can't tell. You guys... Did I fix it? Uh-oh. I broke it! Oh no! Okay, I've been blinking in and out. Am I still blinking in and out? Or is it better? I took it off Wi-Fi. Sometimes that fixes it, because sometimes my Wi-Fi goes funny. It's better now. Okay, good. Alright. You must end this now. Maul straightened. The voice in his head was his own, an austere evocation of his own training. I will try my best to do a Sam Witwer impression for doing Maul. I will try my best. I'm not saying that I'm good at it. Just bear with me in mind. The voice in his head was his own, an austere evocation of his own training. The cadence was unmistakably his master's, an echo of pitiless instruction, hours, days, years of unyielding pain and discipline. Sidious was never far from him. The evocation of the Sith Lord's presence here snapped him back instantly into the moment with total clarity. Reaching up through blindness, Maul took hold of the serpent, grappling with its full extended length. Somewhere in the void, he could feel the ripping, leathery sinew of the staff looping around his neck, felt the hundreds of small muscles twisting and constricting over his windpipe, pinching off his airway like a living noose. The next few seconds would be crucial. He flexed, bent his head, and jerked it forward. But the thing would not release. It kept encircling him, looping round and round, defying every attempt to take hold of it. Maul willed himself to be absolutely still. A study in perfect rigidity, allowing the serpent, in its moment of fatal overconfidence, to draw a tighter still, stretching itself until it sent its head coming back around in front of him once more. Still, he waited. Above it all, he could smell his opponent's fetid stench, could feel the claws of his opponent raking his skin, twisting into his face, gouging for purchase. It shrieked at him, and this time the cry was pure victory. What might even have been laughter? Starved, insane, a warrior with nothing to lose. You are no warrior, Maul thought. You know nothing of the dark side. The moment had come. He grasped the head of the serpent staff, seizing its blunt nose and fanged mouth. His fingers took hold of its distended upper part, twisting, wrenching, until he tore the serpent's head off its body with a moist and meaty pop. Ugh. Yes, this book is incredibly icky. This one might be worse than Death Troopers. The results were instantaneous. With a twitching, galvanic shudder, the snake loosened and fell slack, the coils already beginning to slide from his neck, and Maul allowed himself a single, unobstructed breath before finishing his work here. Somewhere in front of him, the attacker had already responded to the death of his weapon with a howl of cheated rage. Maul no longer heard it. Primal as it was really still only an emotion, a cry of weakness no more instructive or relevant than the pain he'd willed away moments earlier. He had no more use for it now than he ever did. He did, however, take advantage of his opponent's scream just long enough to reach into its open mouth, feeling the moist warmth of its breath on his hand as he retrieved his tooth. Plucking it from the thing's gums, holding the mouth agape, Maul crammed the serpent's severed head inside, then clamped the gray lips tight to keep the snake's head from falling out. He ripped 3 of the larger piercing from the thing's right arm and jammed them upward through the lips. Bending them back into barbed hooks and fastening the mouth shut with the serpent's head still trapped inside. With his hands flattened against those lips, Maul could feel the head twitching around inside the mouth, sinking its fangs in reflexively, squirting out venom while his attacker jerked and spasmed and tried in vain to scream. End it. Still sightless, now holding his opponent at arm's length, Maul inclined his own head down. He thrust forward, driving his horns into the thing's sagging eyes. Ah! Feeling them crushed to jelly against his scalp. The spasm stopped, and Maul stepped back, releasing the body, allowing it to collapse at its feet. He blinked and narrowed his own, still burning eyes, clutching his tooth in his hand. His vision was already starting to come back in murky shades of gunmetal gray and metallic blue. The process was infuriatingly slow. But it was happening, and there was no reason not to assume that within a few hours he would be fully recovered. And when... the floor began to shake. Maul whipped around, scanning the depths of his cell for the vibration's source. From all around him, a rattling cacophony would take hold of the cell, the sound of massive chains being dragged through the sprockets and pulleys of some vast piece of clockwork. It filled the entire chamber, rising to a deafening roar. Everything around him had begun to shift and tilt. Maul reached out, fingertips confirming what he'd already begun to suspect. The walls were closing in. Yeah, this is a wild book already. First chapter in. Whoa. There was no illusion, no side effect of crippled vision. The cell itself was literally changing shape. The individual steel plates that formed the walls and floors and ceiling all overlapping and sliding together, like great mechanical scales curving inward as the shaft of its floor became steeper, transforming into a kind of bowl, opening in the middle to create a funnel. Reaching backward, Maul grabbed the handhold bolted into the bench behind him, clutching it for balance and holding on tight. All around him, the grafting howl and shriek of metal got louder as a hole opened in the middle of the floor. He furrowed his brow, squinting down into it. His vision had become clear enough now that he could make out the lifeless corpse of his former attacker, the thing in its broken and now utterly useless organic armor, sliding downward toward the center of the cell. It sagged forward on a streaking smear of its own black blood, a slave to simple physics, its passage into oblivion followed in short order by the limp body of the snake staff. Maul watched as warrior and staff both slipped through the hole and out of sight into a bath of darkness, almost as deep as the one from which he himself had just emerged. For an instant, was it real? He thought. He saw something pale and eyeless reaching up to suck the bodies down. The hole closed again, and the floor shifted itself, smoothing out and becoming flat once more. The clanking and shaking stopped. The cell around him had resumed its previous rectilinear shape. Somewhere in front of him, a panel of red lights blinked and went green. He waited as the cell began to carry him upward. Chapter 2. Siddiqui. Stepping inside her office, Warden Siddiqui Bleer flicked her gaze up at the bank of holoscreens that ran the length of the wall, like a jury of accusatory eyes. A few of the screens were dedicated surveillance feeds, displaying different areas of the prison. The mess hall, the med bay, the warren of concourses, tunnels, and catwalks that branched out like spokes off the vast open galley area, where inmates milled about before and after matches. The majority of the screens, however, represented incoming calls waiting for her. A queue of HoloNet conversations with bookies, bureaucrats, and the heads of various gambling combines, all no doubt in response to last night's bout. "Good morning, Warden," the 3D4 admin droid announced cheerily as Siddiqui crossed the office. "And how are we feeling this morning?" "Living the dream." She settled in behind the central console, where her morning coffee was already waiting. Leaning forward, she fingerprinted in the biometric code to bring up her morning schedule, watching the vivid swaths of data wash scrolling over the tablets in front of her. "Pull up the holovid of last night's match, would you?" "Of course," 3D responded, and turned its head to the row of waiting cells. "However, as you can imagine, we have already several representatives from the casinos and the gaming petition who are extremely interested in..." "They can wait." "Perhaps I ought to remind you of your monitoring meeting with..." "Thanks for your input," Siddiqui said without glancing up. "Is the holovid ready?" "Certainly," 3D said crisply. "You wish for me to replay it from the beginning?" "Would you mind terribly?" "Not at all." The admin droid had been working with her for 3 years, and its sheer obliviousness to her sarcasm was one of the most endearing traits. It chirped and swiveled, and its dedicated holoprojector fluttered to life, already making subtle adjustments to the amplitude and phase modulations to enhance the image. Behind her desk, Siddiqui sat back, put her feet up, and took a sip of coffee as the entire wall of her office filled with the footage of last night's fight. Ooh, I didn't realize that this was like a fight, not just like, oh, cool. This would be the third time she'd watched it. She made it a habit to view every match at least twice, once live, as it was happening, and then later with a more analytical eye for the strengths and weaknesses of the individual fighters. What she'd discovered over hundreds of fights was that sometimes, upon repeated viewings, the fight itself would emerge like some third organism, something bigger than either of the combatants. A kind of composite presence knitted together of sweat, desperation, and perhaps unexpected elegance, with a personality all its own. Last night's former champion had been a particularly monstrous species that the prison's most sophisticated recognition algorithms hadn't been able to identify. 2 meters tall and cross-hatched with ritualistic scars, brandishing some kind of living staff and little else. The inmate had arrived here on Cog Hive 7 6 standard months earlier with a shipment of other convicts, 2 of whom it had already dispatched in transit. Since that time, the thing had defied all attempts at classification. Ooh! Hi, Belle! I wonder if this... I wonder if it's the same species as Grievous. Thinking about it now. It had screeched and chattered a language none of them recognized, and systematically slaughtered everything pitted against it. Some of the guards thought it was female. Oh, you gotta have something for dinner, Belle. One of the other side was the newly arrived inmate. A bald and muscular Zabrak, red-skinned, covered with black tattoos, and a crown of 10 vestigial horns. Even now, after repeated viewings, Siddiqui couldn't take her eyes off him. Couldn't we all? In the final moments when the challenger destroyed the serpent staff, literally ripping off its head and feeding it to its opponent, she'd felt a dark tremor of excitement that she hadn't experienced in ages. It was, she supposed, the same primal fascination that kept the gamblers across the galaxy betting millions of credits as they gathered to watch the live holo feeds of the contests. When the fight was over, she froze the holo on the face of the new champion, his red skin and yellow eyes glazing back at her. Gazing at it, she looked thoughtfully and she took a thoughtful sip of her coffee. I think I'm getting sleepy. Oh, thank you for the follow, Spooky. You're coming in just at the right time, because we are just starting a new book for bedtime stories. Although this is not a very comforting bedtime story, it's all about Darth Maul. So as you can imagine, it's not peaceful. Just saying. He took back his tooth, she finally said. 3D's head swiveled back toward her. I beg your pardon. Hi! Well, that's kind of the point. It's supposed to be a place where you can fall asleep. Our new champion. Before he killed his opponent, he took back his tooth. Perhaps it's customary for his species to... What's his name? She asked. The new inmate? Prisoner 11240? 3D answered back. I've already taken the liberty of uploading all relevant data into your tablet. Yes, it took us all by surprise, the quickness of the violence. Ugh. I mean, it's a great way. I mean, it's a really good way to, like, hook us as readers, but, oh my, that was a lot of violence in a very short amount of paragraphs. Usually you gotta, like, work your way up. This is definitely not a slow burn when it comes to the violence. This book starts off hot. Siddiqui punched the numbers into the console in front of her, watching her new champions file scroll across the screen. It read, Inmate 11240. Date of entry, 011-022-11224. Well, I don't think I don't think I know that one, Belle. Name, oh my goodness. Name, Jagannath. Jagannath? Jagannath. 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 I don't know. Species, Zabrak. Gender, male. Height, 1.75 meters. Mass, 80 kilograms. Eyes, yellow. Skin, red. Prior occupation, mercenary. Charged with murder. That's it? Siddiqui stabbed the cursor down, but the screen was blank. Where's the rest of it? There is no more. Where did he come from? Can somebody at least tell me that? He was apprehended on a routine sweep of mining colonies on Subterrel, where local authorities identified him from an outstanding murder charge. Initial lab cultures and blood work are still pending. The droid clicked and whirred toward her, photoreceptors brightening. So far, he's eluded any more detailed classification. Would you like me to order a full psychiatric workup? A psychiatric workup on Maul. That would be an interesting study. Siddiqui considered before shaking her head. No, not yet. For now, let's see how long he lasts. He wouldn't be the first big noise to come through here and pull a quick fade. Of course, 3D said. If there's nothing else, I have Gaming Commissioner Coloris for you, and Eamon Huang of the casino on Ondo Prime. Whom would you like to speak to first? Cloris? Siddiqui found herself reaching up instinctively to check her reflection in the nearest screen, sweeping her fingers through her bangs. Put him through. Very good. The holovid switched over to a life-size image of a silver-haired, distinguished-looking human in a double-faced worsted greatcoat that tapered smoothly down to his ankles. If you guys don't know what a greatcoat is, see the coat that Dan Bavino was wearing last week? That's a greatcoat. Just as a side note. If you don't know what it looks like, it's an... Yeah. Is this Legends or canon? This is Legends. So, Darth Maul Lockdown is a Legends book, by the way, Bill. I'm systematically going through the Legends timeline with occasionally taking little detours because I have ADHD and it's my channel. I can read what books I want, but for the most part, we're reading the Legends timeline in order. The book after Maul Lockdown, by the way, will be one of those detours. We're gonna read Queen's Peril after we finish Maul Lockdown. And then we'll go to The Phantom Menace, which is both Legends and canon. That's in both. Dragomir Cloris was at least 60, but his olive-eyed, almost tropically tanned face appeared 20 years younger, even with the furrowed lines of impatience that he wore now. Oh, puzzle piece. 1 second. Commissioner, Siddiqui said, raising her cup in mock salute. You're looking dashing as always. One day you'll have to tell me your secret for never aging a day. Is it dietary? Yes, Cloris said dryly. I've eliminated all gratuitous flattery from my diet. The famous scowl deepened, drawing deeper brackets along either side of his mouth. Now I trust that takes care of the pleasantries between us. Siddiqui sipped her coffee and nodded. Apparently so. Good. You've kept me waiting long enough. Warden, and regardless of what you might have heard, the galaxy does not revolve around you. Sadly, no. Siddiqui smiled, eyebrows raised. But there was a time, wasn't there? Cloris blinked. I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about. Of course not, she said, still smiling. Well, give me a moment to put on my penitent cap, and then you can tell me what I've done today to offend the delicate sensibilities of the Galactic Gaming Commission. This isn't an occasion for levity, Warden. Exactly what sort of operation are you running out there? Siddiqui's eyebrows spiked. My goodness, we are formal this morning. And then, folding her hands on her desk. All right, well, as you know, Commissioner, Cog Hive 7 embodies a profitable gaming industry while providing a valuable service to millions of... I think we can bypass the investment of propaganda. I want to know about the new inmate from last night's bout, and I want to know exactly how many credits you won when he tore his opponent apart. Me personally? Don't play coy with me, Cloris snapped. You'll discover that I have neither the time nor the temperament for it. Oh dear, and I'd like to think that I've already discovered everything there was to know about you. Lowering her head, Siddiqui flashed him her best innocent look. I'll take it that your constituents weren't satisfied with the outcome of the match? To say the least, Cloris said. And this morning, you've got odds makers and casinos from every core planet yanking their hair out over this business. Frankly, I don't blame them. Your reigning champion, whatever that thing was favored by an outstandishly large advantage. He'd won 6 straight fights in a row. But that Zabrak beat him handily. He beat the odds, Siddiqui said and shrugged. That's why they call it an upset. May I remind you, Chloris said, of how often that has happened recently in your facility? Now hold on just a moment, Siddiqui sat forward. You're not implying that I enjoy an unfair advantage. I never. As you know, my brother and I determine the odds of every fight by a unique algorithm based on the fighting history, weight, criminal record, and all sorts of mitigating factors. The specifics of which are available to our millions of subscribers. Whether or not those individual elements add up to a win, of course, is never a sure thing. She shrugged again. Which is why it's considered gambling. Yet the house always wins, as do millions of others. She looked at him carefully. It's a business, Commissioner. An insanely profitable one. Is that a question? Cloris cleared his throat. Since its inception, he said, there's no question that Cog Hive 7 has enjoyed an unprecedented popularity among the gambling community. Good of you to say so. But at this point, I'd remind you to be aware of the fact that there are an increasing number of casino owners, galactic bankers, and, Cloris hesitated, particularly the small-time crime syndicates that control the gambling activity in the Outer Rim, all of whom have taken notice of how regularly you set the odds, and then proceed to beat them. Which syndicates are we talking about exactly? Siddiqui asked. And isn't that the sort of thing really outside your scope of influence? You're not hearing me? Oh, Siddiqui said. I think I am. You're worried about the Commission saving face among the IBC cronies and upholding your personal reputation for being tough on corruption and organized crime. All of which I respect. But I hardly think you need to threaten me with fines. Fines? Cloris leaned slightly forward and his voice softened, becoming almost gentle. Siddiqui, I'm going to stop you right there. I know your proclivity for unorthodox behavior, but out of respect for our shared history, I want you to consider this is a friendly warning. He paused, sighed like a man about to lift a particularly unwieldy weight, then gathered himself and continued. If Cog Hive 7 is using insider information to place its own bets, then you, of all people, should know that the Gaming Commission is the last thing you need to worry about. Meaning what, exactly? I'll have a mob of Black Sun Vigos showing up and throwing their weight around my prison? She gave a throaty chuckle. Respectfully, I'd like to see them try. Not necessarily Black Sun. Who then? Cloris gave an uneasy glance to the right, to something off screen that she couldn't see. I've said enough. Goodbye, Siddiqui. Wait a second. But his face was gone. Cloris had already cut off the transmission. Leaning back in her seat with a sigh, Siddiqui reached for her coffee, only to... Excuse me. Only to find that it had gone cold. Lovely. She glanced around the office for her droid. 3D, can you please heat this up for me and find out whom I'm supposed to placate next? I think, a voice said from the doorway, that should probably be me. Siddiqui glanced up at the tall, slender Mune, who seemed to have materialized without warning in the office's open hatchway. She saw with a certain resigned dismay that he was dressed in signatory Palo fiduciary garb. A round-collared green tunic, form-fitting trousers, and boots. The uniform told her all she needed to know about who he was, and in all likelihood, why he'd come. With a cool smile, she rose from behind her desk. I'm sorry, do we know each other? Vestos Slifer, the Mune said. Intergalactic banking clan. We've spoken before by holofeed, but I've never had the pleasure of a face-to-face encounter. Well, she allowed the smile to retreat just slightly into the center of her mouth. Always a pleasure to host an unexpected visit from the IBC. Really? Slifer's smile matched her own. Your expression tells me otherwise. Oh, don't take it personally. I've been that kind of all morning. Siddiqui glanced at 3D, then back at Slifer. Are you on my schedule? I tried to tell you, the droid began to protest, but Slifer just smiled. My dear, the Mune said with infinite civility, I am your schedule. So that's our reading for tonight. What do we think? Other than obviously this book is going to be incredibly more violent than the last couple of books that we've read. Well, maybe not Death Troopers. Death Troopers does get pretty violent. Just saying. Everybody still awake? $34A? No. So if you guys like what I'm doing, definitely give me a follow. You can also follow me. That's in the... On one hand, I'm both insulted and flattered at the same time, Edub. But no, you don't have to keep guessing. You can just stop. But if you guys like what I'm doing, definitely give me a follow. We will be reading Mall Lockdown for however long it takes. Usually I will read 2 chapters and I'll also usually stick up a live goal, and if I hit my live goal, I'll read 4 chapters of the book total a night. That's just to support buying more books. My live goals really aren't that big. It's usually like $1, so that by the end of the book, I can buy the next book. Although, well, no, because I don't own Queen Peril. So the next book that we're going to read after Mall Lockdown is Queen's Peril. Yeah. So that was our reading for tonight. I think I'm going to go to bed because I am tired. She says while yawning. Ah! Because I'm going to have a whole bunch of snow to shovel tomorrow. Yay! Yippee! So anyway, I hope you guys have a fun weekend. I'm not sure if the live scheduled for next week yet. I don't know what the snow is gonna do and if I'll have power or not. So I live in between the Outer Banks in North Carolina and Norfolk, Virginia. Kind of smack dab in the middle of both. And we are slated to get between 6 and 12 inches, which is not a lot of snow in the grand scheme of things. Like, obviously, there are other places that got way more snow last week than we are going to get. But we do not have any infrastructure to handle snow. And I'm pretty sure last week when they thought we were going to get a bunch of snow, they blew their entire salt budget. So... we don't have any capacity to deal with winter weather. There's no plows. There's no budget for salt trucks and salt. And if the plows do come out, they plow the major highway. They'll plow the highway and you might get one major thoroughfare. And then after none of the side streets will get plowed. And our biggest issue here is that we will get a bunch of snow, and which is fine, and then for if we get more than 6 inches, it'll be around for a while because there's no plowing or anything like that. The danger becomes, because we don't have any plows and we don't have any salt, it gets warm during the day and it starts to melt, but then it gets very cold at night and it turns to ice. So when you wake up in the morning to go to work or go to school, we just have big, thick sheets of ice everywhere. Because there's just no... And the other thing is, our soil is pure clay. So the water has nowhere to go. So it just keeps refreezing. It takes... If you want the snow to go away and the ice to go away, we have to have, 3 or 4 days where it does not go below freezing at night for us to get rid of the snow and the ice. So that's the only thing that gets kind of... where I live is because we just don't have any infrastructure to deal with winter weather, which is just, we can deal with a hurricane real well, we can't deal with snow. So we're getting between 6 and 12 inches. Or at least that was the last weather report when I checked it a couple hours ago. We'll see what happens. I might go live tomorrow playing video games on the Purple app or the Play Button app. So if you guys follow me on one of those, just keep your notifications on, and I might go live. But anyway, if you guys are, like I said, hold on for tomorrow because I'll be putting out a video about using a VPN and how it could help your FYP, just as a side note. So anyway, I hope you guys have a good night. Love y'all. Mwah! And bye to the people on YouTube and Twitch. I hope you guys had fun. I might see you guys tomorrow. We'll see if I have power. Yay.